7.3 Shapes of Distributions. Describing the shapes of distributions. Now, this is very, very similar to the conversation we had when we did box plots. So if you remember, with a box plot, we were essentially looking for where the tail was. But now we're going to be looking at histograms, which show a different type of data. So on a histogram, and keep in mind a histogram, the bars touch versus a bar graph, the bars don't touch. So on a histogram, if you kind of look at this guy, he's a little, he's got this like tail over here on the left, and then he goes high and then just drops off. So his tail is on the left, therefore he is skewed left, meaning most of the data is over here on the right, and just less of the data is over here on the left. Symmetric, he's symmetric on both sides, and then skewed right, his tail over here is going to be on the right side. Most of the data, the higher bar is going to be over here on the left, but anyways, you're looking for the tail, this guy is skewed right. Example 1, the frequency table shows the numbers of pounds of aluminum cans collected by classes for a fundraiser. Display the data in a histogram and then describe the shape of the distribution. Now, keep in mind that frequency table is your frequency, which means the number or how many. So if we're looking at the number of pounds of aluminum cans collected, between 1 and 10 pounds, 7 cans or pounds of aluminum cans collected by classes. 7 classes collected between 1 and 10 pounds of cans. 8 classes collected between 11 and 20 pounds. 10 classes collected between 21 to 30, etc. That's what's going on here. Now, when we put this in a histogram, keep in mind on a histogram the bars touch. Our number of pounds are going to go on our x-axis, and your frequency always goes on your y-axis. So this is always your x, and this one's always your y. So for each box, I'm going to start with this is my 1 to 10, this is my 11 to 20, this is my 21 to 30, this is my 31 to 40, this is my 41 to 50, and this is my 51 to 60. And try to make it as neat as possible. It's kind of hard with the marker. And then always label number of pounds. And then frequency, we have to get up to 34. So I'm going to count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and that is your frequency. Then I'm going to take from 1 to 10 pounds, I had 7, which is about right there. And I'm just going to kind of roughly shade. 11 to 20, we had 8, which is just a little bit higher. Keep in mind that the bars touch, okay? On a histogram, the bars have to touch, otherwise it's not a histogram, it's a bar graph. 21 to 30, we're going up to 10. (31 to 40, we're going up to 16. And you can pause the video and do this on your own. 41 to 50 is 34. And then last but not least, 15. And there's your histogram. Make sure everything is labeled. Make sure your bars touch. You've labeled the X, you've labeled the Y. We're looking good. Now it says describe the shape of the distribution. If I'm looking at this, it looks to me like over here on the left, we have a lot more of a tail going on. So this guy is skewed left, which means most of the classes, if you look at your higher numbers over here, have collected more aluminum cans, and then less of your classes have collected the lower amounts of pounds there.